how's that look? I'm just gonna say stuff. Enjoy. First off, if you look at a lot of YouTubers out there, they will have vlogs on their channel, and the reason is because you don't fix a car every single week unless you're a mechanic, which I'm not. As I say in every video, I'm not a mechanic. I don't want people to get the wrong impression of me thinking that I know everything. I don't. I do know a lot of stuff, but I don't know everything, because it's not like that at all with me. Oh, where are you going? Come back here. I don't think this is going to work. I'm going to have to sit still and do this, I think. This is my first vlog, talking to the camera and not fixing something. I have to do these because I don't always have something to do. Well, I do have stuff to do to the cars. I just don't have the time to do anything to the cars. I do have little things here and there to do to each car, and I have a lot to do to my prelude. I know that. But yeah, I don't really have the time. I have 3 young kids, a wife, a house, all the stuff that goes with a house, jobs, elderly parents to look after. Well, I have one elderly parent now. My dad just died there last month. But I have all of these things that I need to do other than car stuff. That's why I'm talking to the camera today. What I thought I would start with today is, are you like me? Because if you're like me, well then you like cars, and you don't know why you like cars, and you don't know why you have so many different YouTube channels that you look at, or why a car will drive past you and you can't stop but stare. You can't help but stare at the car. And like, what is it about cars that we like? I don't understand it myself. Like, my every waking moment is cars. From the moment I wake up in the morning till the moment I go to sleep at night, I think about cars. I look at car stuff all the time. I'm always looking at different types of parts for cars and stuff like that. I cannot get enough of cars. Cars. I can't get enough of them. Only problem is I don't have the money to spend on them. So I have to do little cheap things until I start to like make money out of YouTube or something, so I can put them into the cars. I can't stop thinking about them. An NSX, that's my dream car. I want to have a Type R NSX with the pop up and down headlights. I want to have an EK9. I want to have an FD2. I want to have an EP3. I want all these Hondas, but I also want GTR Skylines. I want Evos. I want Subaru Imprezas. I want, I want all these different types of cars from the 90s mainly 90s cars, 2000s. All the stuff that's coming out now is not great. Even the new Civic Type R and stuff, they're not really exciting. I know they have a lot of power, but they're not really that exciting. Why did I start the YouTube channel? I started the YouTube channel for 2 reasons, really, right? Yeah, 2 reasons, I'd say. 2 main reasons. One is money, because the ceiling for the income from a YouTube channel it's an open ceiling. It can go anywhere. You can make 100 quid a month to £1 million a month. Well, maybe not £1 million a month, but you can make massive amount of money from YouTube, just from promoting people's products, from AdSense and so on. I'm sure you know all about this stuff anyway, but I'm just saying that's why I started YouTube channel. That's the first thing, right? The second reason why I started the YouTube channel, and the main reason, it was to look after my Honda Prelude, because my Honda Prelude was very nice looking, and every time I got a bit rust on it, I'd send it in to somebody to get it fixed, and then they would fix it. They would fix it by filling it over with filler instead of fixing the rust. And I didn't know any of this. I just noticed then, when the only reason I noticed it was because the last person I got to do it, long story, it's a very long story, I'll tell you in a different video probably, but basically I got the car back a different colour than what the car was. So the car is originally a Sebring silver car, but it was resprayed by a company before I bought it it's like a Volkswagen silver. So when I got it fixed, they sprayed it in Sebring silver. So the rear arches on both sides was sprayed in Sebring silver. And it was at that point when I was like, I told them it wasn't the right paint, the right paint code and so on. I'm just gonna have to do this myself. And when I looked into it, I could see the filler. So that's where I started with my YouTube channel. I said, I'm not doing this. I'm not leaving my car like this. I'm gonna just do this myself now. So I decided to I tried to make videos at the very start. You won't see them. I deleted them straight away. I might have a little bit of footage that I might put in here.
You fucking kidding me? Look at that. Fucking hell.
So I tried to get all the filler off the car. I tried to well, I had a friend who welded in new panels for me, and I didn't like the job, and I decided I'm just not going to do it. I'm just going to save up my money and get somebody professionally to do it, and this time just not get some fella in a shed to do it, because they weren't doing it. So that's my plan now, is to look after my Prelude and to try to do videos on it. So that's why I started the YouTube channel, to do videos on my Prelude. But my wife's car needed to be fixed. I needed a new car. Things like this came along. So that's why I started to do more videos on my Honda Accord and more videos on the Honda Stream rather than on the Prelude, because I didn't have time to work on the Prelude then, because I was doing other videos because they needed to be done. These little things needed to be done. What's the goal for the channel? The main reason is to fix me Prelude. That's my main reason out of this YouTube channel, is to fix me Prelude. But people don't want to see Prelude stuff. Not a lot of people want to see Prelude stuff. They want to see more modern cars, or cars that they can relate to. Not everybody has a Prelude. They're rare enough cars it is. Most people have Honda Accords. I have a fucking diesel one, because in this country, if you have a 2.2, like this is the problem, right? In this country, I have the Honda Prelude, which is a 2.2 Japanese import. Because it's an import, my insurance is high, and because the 2.2, before June of 2008, it was registered before June 2008. That means that I have to pay a 2.2 litre tax, which is €994 a year. This is a 2.2 litre diesel, and it's registered after June 2008. This is a 2009 model car, and this is €390 to tax. So that's why I have a diesel. I want to have a K20 or a K24. I want to have these cars, but in this country it's pointless, absolutely pointless. Like, I still plan on getting that thing back on the road, and I still plan on paying that money to do it, but not right now, because the car is in 1995, and in Ireland, if you have a car that's 30 years old, it's classed as vintage, and then your tax on that, your road tax on that vintage car is only, I think it's €52 or €72 a year. So in 1995 the car was born, and in 2025 the car will be 30 years old. I have another 4 or 5 years before I'll get to that point. But I plan on fixing it before that. I plan on driving it a couple of years before I actually all that happens. But that's why I haven't touched the Prelude, because there's so much work to be done on the back of it. I'm saving up to get that work done, and I want to do a load of different things. I want to zinc plate a few of the things underneath, and rust repair a lot of stuff, and I want to protect it as well. So that's what the plan is with the Prelude. The plan with the Accord is, it's a daily driver. I'm just making it look nice, basically. I'll probably put a body kit on it. I like the wheels. I'll probably put suspension on it because I don't like that gap. I'll get it polished up. Things like that. I might tint the windows, stuff like that. It's a daily driver though. I drive this every day, all day. The amount of miles that I put on this car is crazy. But this is my daily driver. And then my wife has the Honda Stream, and she just literally has 3 young kids all under the age of 7, and they crawl all over it, and they spill their drinks, and they poop in it, and whatever they do, whatever kids do in cars, that's what they do in that car. And that's why that thing is in bits. Like, I do little things to it here and there just to keep it on the road, keep it running, keep it okay. But the car itself is it's getting neglected more and more every time. So I'd like to be able to look after it a little bit more, but I'm saying to myself, the car's not worth a lot of money, and I'm putting all this money into it to make it better, but still not worth a lot of money. So if you understand that logic, if I put all this money into the car, it's not going to be worth that much money in the end. So I'm trying to just keep it on. I'd love to get body kits on it, I'd love to get air suspension on it, I'd love to get, you know, a K20 engine in it, I'd love to do all this stuff, but it's a 7-seater family car that gets driven to the shops and to schools and, you know, dentist appointments or whatever. That's what that car is for. It's not for anything else. It's only for, you know, getting the kids around and so on. But it's a great car. I love it. There's plenty of space in it. You fold down all them seats and you can get anything into the back. The Accord, it's very hard to get stuff into the back of this. Like, I had a ladder there recently, like just a little step ladder that I had to get into this to bring it down to my mom's to do something, and I couldn't get it in. I had to fold all the seats down and squeeze it in. It was very tight. In the Stream, open it, throw the seats down, throw the ladder in, it's done. It's easy to do in this Stream. The whole point of me starting this channel was to fix my Prelude and to have a video log of my Prelude. And also to make videos so that I could try to make money off of the videos, so that I could put the money into the car, and that way I'm not really spending the money myself. Do you understand? Like, I really do love editing the videos. It takes me a long time, and I don't have a lot of, like, I'd have to edit the video over a couple of days maybe, because one day I'll edit a half an hour and then I have to do something because I'm busy, and then the next day I'll edit another half an hour or so. It could take 2 or 3 hours just to edit one video. And it doesn't look like it. They're 10-minute videos, and it doesn't look like you'd have to edit for 3 or 4 hours or something just for one video. But some of the videos that I have, I'm really proud of as well, because I've never done any editing before. I've never done any filming before. Like, this YouTube channel, I started this last year, and pretty much since I started this channel, I've learned everything about what I'm doing here now. I've learned a lot just by doing it. Just to make a video is easy, right? To film the video and to do the work on the video, that's easy enough to do. But when you start to take into consideration that you have to edit, and you have to do SEO, and you have to do thumbnails and all of this type of stuff, that's where it all starts to get a lot more awkward and complicated. That's where all the time goes, is into editing. Most of the bigger YouTubers out there don't even edit their own videos. I have to film the video, I have to produce it, I have to direct it, I have to edit, I have to do all that stuff. I have to do all the market research for the thumbnail, for the video title, all that type of stuff. I have to do all that on my own. Just like any other YouTuber that's starting out, they have to do it all on their own. Right now I'm at about 257 subscribers or so, I think 258 or something like that. Maybe 260 by the time this goes out. Why are you here? What are you doing? Don't reverse over here. The whole car park, and you want to park right next to me. I'm videoing here. You nearly hit me. I had to move on. There was a person beside. They just pulled up, like, I mean, the car park was huge, and they pulled up right next to me, and then they started pulling the things out of their boot and opening doors and screaming kids and stuff. So I had to move. I do still have things to do to my cars, but I don't always have the time. I don't always have the energy. I don't always have the money. I don't always have the peace and quiet away from children and screaming people and whatever. So it's not easy to, and then I also don't always have the weather. So if you're thinking about making a YouTube channel and you're thinking that it's going to be easy, it ain't easy. And like, especially if it's a car channel where you're outdoors and stuff, you have to deal with weather, you have to deal with parts not being delivered, you have to deal with the cost of parts, there's a lot of things you have to deal with. I like to get a car that not a lot of people have and then modify that to see what it looks like, to see how cool it can look. And I don't want to follow anybody else's trend or follow anybody else's build. I want to do my own. And I don't, when I say build, I don't mean I'm going to flare the arches and get 20-inch wheels and a massive exhaust and a 1,000 brake horsepower turbo engine. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about making a car look nicer. That's it. Making a car a little bit faster, a little bit better, a little bit better to handle, a little bit nicer looking, and that's what I'm interested in. I find it difficult sometimes to talk to my wife because every time I talk to her, it's about a car. She could talk about, oh, look at the house, look at this, look at that, and in person, yeah. And then I'll just go, cars, cars, cars. I wouldn't be a massive supercar fan. I'm more into the standard car with nice wheels and nice little lip kit and, you know, things like that. That's what I'm interested in. You know, maybe a rare body kit or something on it. That's what I'm interested in. I'm into a normal standard car, slightly different, or just a little bit better looking, just making a normal car look good. That's what I'm interested in. My goal at the end of it all is if I have my prelude sorted and I'm making some type of money out of this channel, well then I'll be happy. I'm already happy as it is. I don't make any money right now. I'm happy enough though as it is right now because I'm enjoying editing, but it's an awful lot of stress to edit and to film and to do all this stuff. It's a lot of stress as well as working as well as. So that's the end of the video. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one. Hopefully this went well.